Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. In today's video, let's talk about a beautiful northeast state from India, and that is Meghalaya. Yes, the same state that's famous for receiving tremendous amount of rainfall, the highest in India, in a place called Mawsynram, as well as Cherrapunji, that are situated in the Khasi Hills in Himalaya. The same state that's known for its eastern flank of the hills known as Garo Khasi Jaintia Hills. The same state that comes under 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution with special provisions for autonomous district councils, as well as the same state that's known for its unique biodiversity, including national parks such as the Norkek, the Balapakram, as well as the Siju Bird Sanctuary. Tremendous variety of flora and fauna, including the Huluk gibbons. Today we are looking at another wildlife sanctuary called the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary from here. And before I start, there is a quick question I want to ask you. Can you tell me which is the largest lake in Meghalaya? Now, you are often asking me in the comment box, where can we verify these answers? Now, these answers I will verify in tomorrow's The Hindu newspaper analysis, that's 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Whichever questions we discuss in the class here in these short videos shall be then discussed with map in the Hindu newspaper class. So join us there so that every day you get updated 360 degrees about all the current affairs and news headlines that happen day to day. And now quickly coming back to the agenda here, the picture you see is from the same area, the picturesque and the beautiful Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary. Now this is situated in the limestone rich hills of the East Jaintia Hills. We often talk about the Garo, the Khasi and the southernmost Jaintia Hills, and that's where the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary is situated. Let's remember, it is Meghalaya's only protected area in the Jaintia Hills. So for UPSC exam GS paper 3, biodiversity, environment conservation as well as geography, do remember these some facts such as the highest rainfall, which area, the 3 hills from Meghalaya. Let's remember the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary situated and the only protected area in the Jaintia Hills in Meghalaya. Now, this was declared as a wildlife sanctuary in 2014, let's remember, and it has an area of about 59.9 square kilometers. Do remember, it represents one of the last remaining pristine forest lands of the entire Jaintia region, the Jaintia Hill region. Why is it in news today? Why should suddenly we talk about the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary in the Jaintia Hills? Because recently a report from the government has highlighted acute ecological degradation in this area owing to mining and other infrastructural expansion activities, and that's why this area is now getting contaminated, highly polluted. That's why it's in the news, and we need to urgently protect that. Why do we need to protect it so urgently? Why? Because we are saying it's the only protected area, one of the last remaining ones in the entire Jaintia Hills in Meghalaya. Now, this area is prone to heavy rainfall. As we just discussed, there are areas like Mawsynram, very near Cherrapunji, both of them in the Khasi Hills, experiencing a heavy rainfall, average annual, the highest in India, coming from the southwest monsoon. And it does receive sometimes more than an average of 6,000 millimeter rainfall that comes in India in the peak rainy season of the southwest monsoon. Now, on that note, because we are talking about the southwest monsoon, quickly tell me then, which is the only state in India, the only region in India that receives a very heavy northeast monsoon or retreating monsoon? Again, as I said, the answers I shall take up and discuss in the Hindu newspaper class 9:30 a.m. on the same channel. So do try to join us. Now you can have a look at the map of Meghalaya. Beautifully, you see a succession of hill ranges from west to the east. Beginning with Garo, you have the Jaintia Hills. Where exactly the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary, which we are talking about, is located. Then we just spoke about the Khasi Hills. Khasi Hills in between, the area where you have Mawsynram, Cherrapunji with a very high southwest monsoonal rainfall. And then you can look at a series of hills in the area. A very hilly topography, unique topography in the northeast of India. And now looking at the sanctuary itself, the Narpuh Sanctuary, let's remember it is bound by reserve forest in all the sides. From all the sides, it is flanked by reserved forest. And apart from that, it also shares a boundary with the state of Assam. That's unique about the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary. Sometimes in UPSC exams, in the prelims, you can get geographical or map related questions. So do remember, it also shares certain amount of boundary with the state of Assam. And now, the northern part of the sanctuary is bounded by the Lukha River. Let's remember the Lukha River that forms almost like a physical barrier to the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary. At the same time, some of the tallest evergreen and semi-evergreen forests that remain in Meghalaya are also found in this region right here. Once already we had discussed about the types of vegetation in India. Again, a very important GS topic. So let me quickly put that question again. Which are the most commonly found trees in India? Are they semi-evergreen? Are they dry deciduous? Are they moist deciduous? Which kind of trees or vegetation is most common in India? Do let me know in the comment box. And if you want to verify the answer, you need to join me for the newspaper class. Now, looking at the fauna, looking at the animals found here, one of the most biodiverse regions, fauna includes the hoolock gibbon. Fauna includes the slow loris. It also includes the sloth bear, large Indian civet. We have the clouded leopard. Now, quickly tell me, is clouded leopard the state animal of Meghalaya or not? What status does it have at the IUCN, at the International Union for Conservation of Nature? Is it endangered or is it vulnerable? Quickly let me know. We have discussed it in the past. Yes? So clouded leopard, the state animal of Meghalaya, is it endangered or is it threatened? Or is it vulnerable? In the IUCN red data list, do let me know that. Now, the barking deer. Some of these unique animals are found in the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary area. You saw it in the map, but today a critical problem happens to be that the Narpuh area is now experiencing severe climate concerns. These concerns are coming from limestone mining, cement factories, blast mining, as well as pollution in the surrounding areas. Very recently in the news, we were again talking about mining as a major threat to the Aravali ecosystem. Remember, as the government of India passed a law that Aravali only is that part of the hill that is above 100 meters in elevation, and that has caused a major fight and controversy. We spoke about it today morning in the newspaper class. And that's a danger to the ecosystem because now illegal mining can still happen in areas that are below 100 meters. Defeats the purpose of Aravali. About 90% of the range itself is below 100 meters. It's like a mockery of preserving ecology. Something similar is happening here in this pristine eastern Jaintia hill, one of the last protected forest areas here. We are experiencing severe mining contamination, and that is also leading to air pollution. It's leading to a lot of noise, vibration. It creates water contamination in rivers like the Lukha River. So now what is happening? It's repeatedly turning blue in the winter season. Yes, it is a long-term risk not only for wildlife but also for the communities who inhabit the area. So today that's why the Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary is big time in the news. So do remember everything we spoke about it. Do remember these details of Meghalaya. Do answer me these questions and come and join us for more clarification on such issues. A quick question that's there for practice. With reference to Narpuh Wildlife Sanctuary, look at the following statements. 1. It is located in the East Jaintia Hill district of Meghalaya. It was declared a wildlife sanctuary in 2014. Second, the sanctuary is surrounded by reserve forest on all the sides except in the southwest where it shares a boundary with Assam. And 3, the northern boundary of the sanctuary is formed by the Lukha River, which acts like a natural physical barrier. Which of these statements do you think is or are valid? Post me with your answers. If you have any interesting comment about this region, any innovative idea about preserving the ecology, do share in the comment box. And a quick reminder to those who are preparing for UPSC 2026. Now, today, we are closing the sale on a very exciting and a very affordable offer, where at a price of only 5,499, we promise you Prelims selection by thoroughly training you in GS Paper 1 as well as CSAT. And how can you enroll for the sale program? Using code SPLIVE, a guarantee of selection in the prelims with us. Notes, one-on-one mentorship, everything at a price as reasonable as this. Sale ends today. Remember code SPLIVE. And if you are studying for 27, then also a wonderful offer at a price of only 12,499, more than 16 months of rigorous coaching, books, material, training, mentorship, revision, practice question, everything. How do you enroll for the sale? Use code SPLIVE. Today is the last day for this limited period offer. Similarly for 28, remember code SPLIVE. At a very throwaway price, you get more than 18 months of rigorous training at our platform with all our faculties, mentors to hands-hold you, to guide you through prelims, mains and interview process. So thank you so much.